In a world filled with intergalactic space battles, metahuman destruction on a global scale, and psychopathic serial hauntings, there's only one team who can make sense of it all. When your world is overrun with rampant pop culture, call Loop and Larry, Guardians of Geek.
There you go.
Yep.
Another explosion.
Yep. Do we need to even say what number it is? I don't think we do.
Hey everybody, I'm Loop.
And I'm Larry.
And this is Guardians of Geek. We are back. It's we've been gone for a little while. If you follow us on YouTube, we've been gone for a bit. If you watch us on Rogers, we're just keep rolling along. Yep. So it doesn't really matter how we do this. But it's been a bit. This is our 99th episode.
99. Yeah. It only took us, 7 years to get here? 7 years. It only took us 7 years to do 99 episodes.
Hey, it's still 99. Doesn't matter how we got there.
Exactly.
We're still doing it. Still doing it.
Some shows don't even make it to 10 episodes.
That's right.
I'm going to say we're doing all right, you know.
So yeah, it's been a while since we've done one. Like I'm in a sketch comedy show, so I've been really busy doing rehearsals and stuff. You went on vacation for a bit.
Yep. So just life gets in the way sometimes. And, as much as we want to do these things daily, if we could, we just can't. So things have calmed down a little bit, although Loop still has another week of rehearsals before the big show. So he's just taking a break from rehearsals to do this. And we appreciate his giving us his time, loaning his time to us here.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But
so when we were gone, we normally we would do an Oscars show.
Yes.
Like we've been doing that. We broke our annual streak on the Oscars show.
We did.
You were gone during Oscars. Oscars landed on my birthday. So I had like a party, which ended up me not watching the Oscars because it just ended up being like a party with the Oscars happened to be on in the background.
Well, and because this year the Oscars were a week later than normal. We always go away for our spring break here in Canada, and the Oscars are always the week before that. And for whatever reason, this year they landed like on your birthday, middle of March. So we just couldn't do it. We could not do it.
Yeah, and it was for some reason, and I don't know why this year, my interest in the Oscars, which is normally super high, this year for some reason, I did watch all 10 movies. But it just wasn't there this year. And I don't know what it was. But actually, I do know what it was. I have two reasons why I think the interest waned this year. But
I agree. I had the same feeling. This is the first time I can't even remember how long that I didn't even finish the top, the best pictures. I didn't watch Sentimental Value or The Secret Agent. Those two I didn't even watch. And I didn't feel the obligation I usually do. And I don't know why. So what was your take on this? Why did you feel that way?
I think for the Oscars, I have two reasons. Number one, like you had mentioned, it's way later this year.
Yeah.
So I think by the time, I don't know, what was it, like a month and a half after nominations or something?
Yeah.
So I think the sense of urgency of like, hey, here's the nominations. Like in less than a month, we're going to be doing this thing. And there's an excitement of like, oh my God, I got to watch all these movies. And then you just barely finish them. And then the Oscars are here. Cause it used to be in February at one point.
Yes.
And now that's gone. Like there's no sense of urgency. Like I remember I finished them all within about 2 or 3 weeks. And I'm like, oh, I still got like another 4 weeks to the Oscars. Like, it's like, I've got all this extra time. And then I just, my interest sort of went away because it was just too far away from the actual nominations, which is like, it's always a big deal when the nominations happen. I was sitting there that morning, I watched them live and I was super excited, but then again, like I finished the movies I wanted and what now? Like I'm just waiting. It was a waiting game and I didn't like that. Like I didn't like how long that took. My other thing is, there's too many award shows leading up to the Oscars. And I think a lot of them were already there. But now they're all getting a lot more press than they used to get. Yep. And they all of them have a broadcast on some sort of streamer now. And so by the time it's like, oh, here's another award show. Oh, another one with all the Hollywood stars. And I think it's taken away from the glitz and glamour of the Oscars. Like it doesn't seem like a special event anymore to me because it's all before it. Like they got to make the Oscars special again because all these other award shows are kind of ruining it, to be honest.
I hadn't even thought about that, but you're 100% right. because all of like the SAG Awards had an actual broadcast this year on Netflix, I think. Like they're
Yeah.
all but before they didn't. You couldn't really watch them. So you knew that they existed. You could read about them afterwards, but now you could watch the red carpets for all of these things. So yeah, by the time it's almost like award show fatigue. By the time it gets to
Yeah.
the actual Oscars, you're like, I've seen all of the celebrities. And the thing is with the Oscars, it's a lot of the same nominees from the SAG Awards, the Producer Guild Award, the Writers Guild
Yeah.
Award, the Directors Guild Award. They're the same nominees and the same. So you start seeing the same thing. So yeah, you're right. It's by the time it got to the Oscars because it was so late, you're just like,
Yeah,
that's
we were
kind
just fatigued of all these awards, and like it's the same people, like a lot of them same ones won them all the way
yeah,
through, and the mystery of who's going to win was sort of gone. I
yeah,
mean, so there was some surprises, of course, but there was a lot that really weren't.
yeah,
And it's like it was just by the time I got to it, it's like I felt like I just watched another award show like
yeah.
a week before that. Like it's just like, do they need that many award shows?
I know.
Like it just
Yeah,
seems like it's definitely overkill. And this year I really felt it. And I don't know, it's just because of social media and we see a lot more of the results and the everything else. So it just felt like one long award show for a month and a half, like
yeah.
from Golden
I
Globes on. Like,
I totally agree. I think that they should go back to February. I mean, it was February, nothing is happening. It's the middle of winter. Everybody's stuck inside. You
yeah.
know, that's when you want a big glitz and glamour extravaganza. You know, by the middle of March, the weather's starting to get nicer. People are going out. You're not thinking about that sort of stuff as much anymore. Yeah, it's the farther they push it. So the interesting thing is going to be to see what happens in 2029 when they take it off TV and put it on YouTube.
Yeah,
Because
that's gonna be
that's
interesting.
yeah, and they're also changing the venue. It's not going to be the Dolby Theater anymore. It's going to be the LA Live Theater.
Okay.
So after like 60 something years or more at the Dolby Theater, they're moving it to another theater. Like it's a total revamp. But that's not for 3 more years. So yeah, I'm not. Yeah, this one wasn't. I mean, I still watched it. We were away for what the week we came home. I still watched it because it's on. It was streaming on in Canada. It was streaming on Crave, so
Yeah.
it was there. So I watched it. It was nice to watch it on the streaming service because there was no commercials, so I could
It
I
just
could
sort of
fast
rolled
forward.
along.
Yeah,
It was over early too. Like it was over at like 10:30 or something.
yeah.
Like it was like one of the earliest Oscars I have ever seen that's like done that quick. But it was again, it was like interesting, like some of the stuff they did in it. But but generally it was, I guess my
Interesting.
I was worn out. I think that's what it was. Worn out, waited too long, and I
Yep.
just
Good
don't know.
call. Good call. I feel the same. I feel the same. Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like people have been waiting too long for this. Top
Yeah.
Pop.
Oh yeah.
Hey kids, it's time for Luke and Larry's Totally Tubular Top Pop!
All right, here we are, Top Pop, where we take a look at like pretty much anything that's interesting us in pop culture or just in our lives or things that we're into.
Yep.
And Larry, let's start off because I know we have a few things for today's little segment.
All right. Well, I want to start with one of the most exciting lead ups to something new that I have experienced in a while. And both of us are huge fans of Firefly. And we both watched it and we big fans of it. I love Firefly. I've watched all 14 episodes at least 4 or 5 times. Just love it. And so then all of a sudden, Nathan Fillion was doing these sort of teaser videos on his Instagram and his social media pages where he was visiting all the other cast members at their houses, knocking on their door and just saying, "It's time." And then the cast member would say, "It's time," and they'd say, "It's time," and that was it. But he was going to every cast member, and so people are like, "What is happening? What is this?" It was just so cool. Like it was just so amazing that this, and people are like, "What are they rebooting the show? Is there going to be a season 2? What's going on?" So I believe it was WonderCon where they did this. I think that's where it was. I could be wrong. I don't remember exactly. But one of the big Comic Cons, they finally announced that Firefly is essentially getting a season 2, but it's going to be animated. It's supposed to fill in the gap between the end of the TV show and the movie Serenity. So
Yeah.
it's what's happened between that period. So I mean, I would have loved a live action. That's what I was really hoping for, is to see it come back as a real season 2, because the special effects nowadays would have been so good
Oh yeah,
compared
way
to.
better. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And it's so funny going back and rewatching that from, what was it, 2002. The special effects were not great. Really not terrific. So I was super excited. But anyway, but they can do a lot of cool things with animation. So anyway, it's coming, and that I'm so stoked that we're actually going to get new Firefly material. That's that I thought that never thought I thought it was done. I thought it was
Yeah.
long gone. So that was pretty exciting.
Yeah,
Pretty
I'm a little different on it.
Okay.
When they do like a big announcement like that and everybody's there and you're like, okay, they're doing another season, like for
Yeah.
sure. And then they didn't, and it's
Yeah.
like animated, and it's reminding me of the Stranger Things,
Yeah.
like animated seconds, like this new season, which I'm like, is this necessary? Like you're really
Yeah.
stretching this out. Like I want to see I like animated shows. Like I don't have anything against them, but when you got all the cast members there, like why don't you just do another season? Like
Yeah.
it just, I don't know. I just maybe this will lead if it's popular enough, maybe they will. Maybe this is a testing ground for it. I don't know. It's kind of neat, but at the same time, I'm like, I just want to see the real thing. Like it's,
Yeah.
you know.
I agree. I would have loved to have seen, and that's what I thought. I thought it was going to be the real thing. We were going to get all the cast members back, and I was super excited for that. So I felt the same. I was a little let down that it's animated, but then I was thinking about it, and I was like, you know what? I mean, animated, at least it's something. Like
Yeah,
we're
it's better than it is better than nothing for sure.
Yeah, we're getting actual content that we can watch. That's not in comic book form, because they have comics out as well, but
Yeah.
this is not in comic book form. So at least it's something. We'll get to hear that theme song again. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I'll try it out, and it could be great. It's like you never know. Like I don't want to like poo-poo it right now before I've actually seen it, but it's
Exactly.
like, but I think it was just like the idea of like everybody's together. This is great. It's like, oh, it's an animated series. It just sort of was like a slight letdown. I'm sure it's going to be fine. I'm sure it'll be great. I'm just getting off the letdown of that, and now I gotta like kind of build myself back up for the actual animated series. So there's just so much on. Like it's crazy the amount of stuff that the people just keep pumping out. But I love it. Like bring stuff back if you can. Like it's you can create a whole new universe with like doing that, like an extended universe of shows that maybe you couldn't do live anymore because of just different reasons. But it's cool.
Yep. I'm good with that.
That might start something. On the TV side, I just want to mention Daredevil's back.
Right.
The second season of that on Marvel, and I'm already loving it. I've only watched the first episode, but it's already intriguing me, and I'm like right into it. I like the original Netflix one as well, but the Marvel one really pushes the Daredevil character a little bit. He's not quite as dark and foreboding as he was in the other series. He's a little bit more fun in this. So it's and they use use the costume a lot more in this, which I do like. Cool. Like he actually looks like Daredevil in it. Like so it's so far so good. I'm super excited. I like to see some Marvel stuff back. Because you know me and my Marvel. Wonder Man was fantastic.
Loved Wonder Man.
Wonder Man was so good.
Yeah, I binged that. I binged Wonder Man in one night, the whole thing. I just couldn't.
Yeah,
stop.
Same here.
Yeah, loved it.
Yeah, it was really good, and there's a second season was announced of that. But yeah, Daredevil, keep it going. I think it's great, and I love everything about it. So yeah, that's definitely a weekly watch for me for sure.
Nice. I'm going to mention something. I didn't even mention this in our briefing before the show, but it just occurred to me because you brought up Daredevil. One other show that's also relaunched in season 2 is Monarch. We're huge Godzilla fans. Season 2 of Monarch has dropped. I have not watched any of it yet. Have you?
I haven't seen the first season. I didn't see.
You didn't?
I didn't. I can't remember why I didn't. I meant to watch it, and then it just fell out of memory.
Okay, well, so I watched the first season, and it was a bit of a hit and miss for me. Like there were some good things, and a lot of it was slow, and I didn't. So, and as much as I love Godzilla, like I've seen every Godzilla, for some reason I just have not jumped back into this yet. But I will because I have to. Yep. But anyway, so it's out there too. So yeah, stuff's coming back. Stuff is coming back.
Loving it.
Yep. Loving it. So I've got another quick thing here. The other thing that I thought was kind of exciting, but a little weird, is that they announced recently that Stephen Colbert is writing a new Lord of the Rings movie.
Yeah, he's writing it with a son who is also a screenwriter.
Yeah.
and
But he's doing it with Peter Jackson and Philippa Boyens and with the original team. Like, this is a legitimate thing. At first, when I read it, I thought, this is like somebody's made this up. Why? How it's? But nope, it's like a legitimate. He's actually doing this. It's called Lord of the Rings: Shadow of the Past. That's tentatively what it's called. And it's essentially going to be the first 3 chapters of the Fellowship of the Ring book that they did not really delve into in the movies. So that's what this movie is supposed to be. So yeah, Stephen Colbert. I mean, okay.
Well, I know he's a massive fan of Lord of the Rings,
Yes.
like massive, and he I mean, he's a smart guy. He's a good comedy writer, and he's a good writer. So I mean, why not? Like, and he's so into Lord of the Rings. I think this is like a perfect thing for him to do. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know if he'll be in it. Like, I'd be hilarious if he was.
Yes.
But yeah, why not? Like,
I feel like he will be. I feel like he'll put himself in there somehow, or they'll get him in there somehow. He's such
he's such a small character as well. But I think that's awesome. I was kind of excited about it. I'm excited that they're just still carrying on the whole Lord of the Rings sort of universe. Again, I think I mentioned during the year-end show, you got to get these seasons out faster, because that other Lord of the Rings show, the Rings of Power, like, I almost forgot about it until I saw this interview, and I'm like, oh, I forgot they're still doing that show. Like, I completely had forgotten about it, like 100%.
Did you watch season 2?
Yep.
Oh, I see. I still haven't.
Season 2 is better than season 1 for sure.
Oh, okay.
Season 1, I wasn't really sure where it was going. Season 2 was much stronger. I felt it was a much better season.
All right, then I will watch it, because
I enjoyed it much more.
All right, good. You got anything else?
The other thing I'm obsessed with right now, Survivor 50. I am obsessed with them. Now that it's actually out and rolling, there's some things on it I'm not a huge fan of, but I understand why they're doing them. But generally, I'm loving this season. And everything around it. Like, there's all sorts of like ex-Survivor people like chiming in on all the episodes and like doing podcasts, and like, so you're getting kind of their perspective on it as well. So you're actually learning a lot about the show from behind the scenes, because they're talking about different things that go on the show. So I've been enjoying that, and the episodes have been fun. They've been good. And I'm still got all 4 people in my Survivor pool. So that's good as of this taping. That could change at any second. I feel like every week, all my people are on the chopping block every single week, but they all escape the chopping block. So I'm like,
that's always a good sign. That's always a good sign.
Have you been watching it at all?
Oh yeah. I think I'm 1 week behind.
Everybody on it seems like a threat this season. Like, even the people that are kind of lower key, they're all emerging as threats, and you're like, any of these people could win this. Like, I don't know who will win this thing. Like,
no, and I also like that there's tension again, because for a few seasons people were just kind of there to make friends and happy and blah blah blah. Now there's like, between Coach and Ozzy, like, they do not like each other. Like, there's, if they make it merge, there's going to be some headbutting going on. That's pretty cool. I think, so I think it's I'm into it. We're watching it.
Yep. I'm really enjoying it this season. So I can't wait to see what happens, and hopefully I'll win the Survivor pool.
We'll keep you updated on that. And speaking of things, I've got one last thing. Speaking of things that we're obsessed with, Project Hail Mary. I won't go on because you have not seen it yet.
I haven't seen it.
But I won't spoil anything. But all I'm going to say is, it's going to take a massively good movie to bump this one off my top movie list for the year.
Interesting.
I've seen it twice now in IMAX, and I'm ready to go back for a third time. And so it's been out, as of this taping, it's been out for about a week and a half or 2 weeks now, I guess, 2.5 weeks. So we went to see it about a week and a half ago. I went with my wife, Jen, who is not a sci-fi fan at all. Like, she's just not, but I said, this is going to be great. A week and a half later, she's still sending me like Instagram stories about the movie that she's looking up.
Oh wow!
Yeah, like a week and a half. That's never happened. I've never seen her obsess about a movie. Like, in the 26 years that we've been together, I've never seen it. This is the first time. Like, yesterday, she sent me another. Like, here, look at this. This is how they did this. Yeah, it's just.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, and I've been listening to the soundtrack. Anyway, I am totally obsessed with this movie. It's just an amazing, amazing accomplishment that they've done this thing, and so early in the year. Like this,
Yeah.
I feel like this kind of movie should have been placed later in the year for award season. I'm sure it'll be nominated for Best Picture because it's one of those like F1 kind of movies that's
Okay.
blockbuster. Everybody will see it. Everybody will tune in to the Oscars to watch it. So I'm quite confident that it will be nominated for Best Picture. I don't know if it'll win or not, but
Yeah.
it'll be up there. But I just cannot say enough about how great this movie is.
All right, I'll try. I'll try to get out and see it for
Okay.
sure. So,
Perfect.
all right. Well, I've kind of been buying stuff over the last while since I've last seen you. So I've got something I want to do for what did we buy now?
Okay.
What did we buy now?
All right. So this is a segment we introduced a while back called What Did We Buy Now? Because for anybody who knows us or has watched this show long enough, you know that we buy stupid stuff. Just because we're collectors, it's because that's what we do. So we decided to make it into a segment. For the first time since we've had this segment, I have not bought anything. So
What?
I know. So I don't have anything to show this time. So I'm going to toss it over to Loop to show us something fantastic.
All right. I want you to put this into your head right now while I'm showing this. Is there anything out there that you have seen or wanted to buy, didn't buy, and now can't find? And now you're still kind of looking for it, like some sort of like, I guess you almost put it in the grail category, like this something like dumb that. So years ago, and as you know, I'm a big G.I. Joe fan, right?
Yes.
There's a lot of G.I. Joe. I have a lot of G.I. Joe stuff.
Yes.
And so this one's kind of weird. So back in the day, I didn't have the money that I have now or whatever. Like, not that I'm rich, but I just mean like I don't spend as much on stupid stuff as I did then. So there was a version of Monopoly, a G.I. Joe version of Monopoly. Okay. I didn't buy it. It was out at the stores all the time. Like when we used to go to there's the Sunrise Records here in Canada. Didn't buy it. Then I decided, you know what? I should get this thing. And I hummed and hawed on it. And then so I finally went to get it. Gone. I can't find it. It's gone. It's not in any of the stores. It's missing. It's gone. This was like probably 2016, 2017, somewhere back there. Like 2015, even 2015, somewhere. Okay. It was back a ways. Okay. So then I thought, I'll easily find this at like a con because there's all sorts of usually booths like that have like games and stuff, like old games and that. No, I've never seen it, and I've hunted at all of them. So I'm like, I've never checked eBay for this. Like, and then of course find it brand new on eBay.
Woo! Oh, and now we can't see it.
Perfect.
Turn it sideways a little bit. There you go.
Oh no!
Keep going sideways. Turn it sideways.
I totally ruined this. Okay, hold on. Why is it disappearing? But why can you see through it? How can I not see this?
That was the greatest fail I've ever seen.
Well, it's not even why is it see-through?
10 years of searching for this.
Well, apparently I still don't know. I'm just going to put a picture up. of it. My God, of me holding it. And then you'll see it. Right now, you're probably looking at a picture of me holding it right now.
Oh my God, that was the greatest thing I ever saw.
Well, I don't know why it's just disappeared on me. Anyways, so it's it's got the pewter characters and things. It's Cobra
really?
Commander's mask and stuff. All the spaces are all G.I. Joe related. What's that?
The pieces are actually made of metal?
Yeah.
And cool.
And it's got everything has something to do with G.I. Joe or Cobra, all the spaces and it's hilarious. It's so cool. It's done by Hasbro and everything. It's an official game, but it just for whatever reason it disappeared and it was never brought back and it was and I could never find it. So now I found it, even though you haven't seen it unless you watch the video portion. Why would it not? Why cannot the camera pick that up? It's so bizarre.
You built it up in this big way.
That was the fail of the year, big time.
Woo,
okay, one more time. Let me just see if I can go.
I know.
You can kind of see it.
Nothing. It has just disappeared.
No how I. Okay, you know what? The picture that I put up will have to do.
Yeah.
So dumb. Well, right now I can't even see it, so I don't even know if I can play it or not. So apparently the plastic makes it invisible. So
yes.
Anyways, that was it. That's what I bought.
Excellent. Good job. I love it.
God.
Woo! All right.
All right.
You know what we should do?
What's that?
We should take a little break and go back into the pop capacitor.
Hey! All right, here we are, pop capacitor. I'm still laughing that I still can't see that G.I. Joe thing. I can't even find it now in the room. It's just gone. Here we are, pop capacitor. Today we are going to do a show which we both grew up with. I think it was one of the greatest cartoons of all time, as far as like in that Saturday morning lineup.
Yes.
It's the Super Friends. But we're going to specifically though focus on Challenge of the Super Friends, which is one of the famous seasons of the Super Friends. Yes. So Super Friends started, I think it was in like 73. It started basically all like the heroes versus all the villains of like DC together as one, just clashing right in the middle. And it was like, and as a kid, like, I think it was like kind of a little bit mind blowing. And so today we're not going to do hits and misses. We're going to just talk about Super Friends generally and that season specifically. But Larry, what are your first, before you had seen this, what were your what was your reaction and what do you remember of the Super Friends?
Oh my God. Like literally it was one of the like when I think back to the 80s and the late 70s and thinking about Saturday morning TV and all of that, the ones that I remember most are Super Friends, Scooby-Doo, and Battle of the Planets. Those are the three. But Super Friends to me will always be Saturday morning TV in the because it just seemed to go on forever. And the thing that's weird, I didn't even realize it until we started watching this season of it. This particular season, Challenge of the Super Friends, was only like how many episodes? Like
16, I think.
16
like 15
episodes.
or 16.
Yeah, that's it. Like that was all there was. But it would repeat forever and ever. So I just, as a kid, thought that there were a million episodes, a million seasons of this thing. So when we bought the box sets, because of course we had to buy the box sets to
of course.
watch it, I was like, really? There's only 16 episodes, and yet we watched these things for years and not even like flinched at the fact that we've obviously had seen these episodes before. But it's just it was that good. Like it was just so action-packed and I just love it. There's a lot about it that I really do love, and I do actually have hits and misses on the series because I think it warrants some hits and some misses.
Yeah, we can do it that way if you want. Like we can just
absolutely. But I just love it. I just love it.
Yeah, the first one was just Super Friends, and then there was All New Super Friends Hour, then Challenge of the Super Friends, World Greatest Super Friends, and then just Super Friends again, and then Super Friends, the Legendary Superpowers Show, and then finally the Superpowers Team Galactic Guardians, which I think by the time that came out, I was kind of out of the cartoon, sort of like I was kind of heading out of it at that point.
I don't think I ever watched that series. Yeah,
and so the Challenge of the Super Friends debuted September 9th, 1978 is when it debuted. But so good. Like it was just for me, I remember it just being like so blown away that like all these villains, like because you wanted more and more, right? Like so and they kind of teased some stuff in the season before because they used to do team ups. I don't know if you remember that. Like they had the Super Friends like I think it was in that Super Friends hour. So they'd have like a Super Friends like half hour episode or whatever it was. And then they'd have like a team up. It would be like Batman and Robin and like the Flash or somebody would team up. So this was like all these like heroes and then all these cool villains going against each other. And it was just such a cool thing as a kid. You were like, oh my God, this is the best. And then it was only the one season. And to me, that was the most popular season to me.
I think so too. So just, we haven't said it yet, but this season it's about the Justice League and everybody who's in the Justice League, all the heroes versus the Legion of Doom. So it's every episode is a battle between the Justice League and the Legion of Doom. And in virtually every episode you see like everybody, at least for part of the episode. Like all of the Legion of Doom is on screen at some point. All of the Justice League is on the screen at some point. So you get to see every hero and every villain all the time. And it's just
and a lot of it was like it was that like a hero and then their arch enemy. Like there's like usually like an arch enemy on it. So there was an equal number of heroes and villains, which I loved.
Yes.
Like it was just so cool. So we could like jump into this and we can just sort of talk about it generally. If you want to do hits and misses, let's do hits and misses.
Let's do some hits and misses.
All right.
So can I start with a hit? Because I think
go ahead.
Probably the best theme song of all the Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah.
It was just so big and like adventure, and it's still to me like almost gives me goosebumps. Like it's just so big and bold, and everybody would know it. Like if you heard the theme song, you'd be like, "Oh, Super Friends!" It just was such a like they don't make shows with epic theme songs like that anymore.
No, it was like actually like a legit theme song. Like it was really good.
So good. And just, I mean, you knew every Saturday morning when you turned it on, you heard that theme song that something good was coming. Love that movie. Love the music in it. It's just so excellent.
The thing I'll kind of attach something to that. There's not a better show with better like interstitial, like a better what do you call it, like a transition segment than the Super Friends, because it would have that with like the lights,
the stars, the two stars that
like we use that in our comedy troupe. Like it's such an iconic sound, and it's I don't know who started that or who made that, but it's like an incredible transition piece to go into a scene. Like
it's also in the opening of our show. Like
you're right.
Yeah, we used it in the opening of our show. So for 99 episodes, you've heard that transition and seen the stars come flying. It's just so cool.
I don't know who came up with that, but it's like it stood the test of time. And I don't know if it was. I think it's in all the Super Friends seasons. I think it's used. I think it's used throughout. But it was like a brilliant sort of like way to transition like for time or like switch time and all that stuff. Like it was really cool.
I agree.
Yeah, I loved it.
I'm gonna throw another hit in here. The show itself, because of when it came out, there was no digital. Everything was hand drawn. It's beautiful. Like if you look at the artwork, like the backgrounds, the painted backgrounds.
Yeah.
It's very Scooby-Doo had the same sort of thing. Like if you look at the backgrounds and the painted the animated cells, the artwork is just beautiful. Like looking at it now as an adult with more of an appreciation for the work that went into making these things. Like as kids, you just watch it for the fun of it. Now, when I watched it, I was actually looking at the artwork and like this thing is beautiful. Like they really put a lot of work into the details and the colors and stuff. It's really cool to look at. Even though they use a lot of the same scenes over and over and over again, same backgrounds, it's really well painted and really well designed. It just is a good looking show, I think.
Yeah, I agree. It's a great looking show. The heroes look cool. Like everybody, like it felt like you were reading a comic book when you're watching it, which is a really good like I guess way to say it, because there are some superhero cartoons where the characters look too goofy or they just don't look right. This like looked really good. Like and again, like even like Spider-Man of that time, like the regular Spider-Man or even Spider-Man's Amazing Friends, it's like as long as it looks kind of like a comic book, I think we would appreciate it.
Quite honestly, I like this style more than today's cartoons. Just because I know it was hand painted, like every background was hand drawn, hand painted. Like there's a lot more artistry in this show than there would be now, because now it's all digital. I mean, it's you can create digital backgrounds, but this was all literally people at a drafting board drawing and painting, and then moving that one away and painting the next cell. Like there's a lot more like workmanship that went on, I guess, back in the day. So I appreciate these ones a lot more, I think, personally. So we have to remember that this took place in 1978. So obviously things were different. One of the things that was different at the time was the value of money. So when you look at it now, when you watch it now, to look at what they're doing then is really funny. In 1978, it would have seemed like a lot. For example, during one of the episodes, they're like ransoming something for $10 million. The Legion of Doom. That's what they want. $10 million. Well, in 1978, that was a lot of money.
Yeah, it was a ton. Yeah.
Yeah, but now you look at but then I also thought about this. So they want $10 million. There are 13 members of the Legion of Doom. So that's not even $1 million per person.
Oh yeah, you're right.
It comes to $769,231 per person. And I was like, that really? They're going through all this trouble for $700,000?
You think if anyone, Brainiac would have caught that. Like that's
so.
His only job. Is
yes. But so I thought that was a really funny thing. It's not. I mean, it's not really a miss because it was of the time. But when you think about it, like really, they could have said anything. They could have said $10 billion. That would have been, But nope, they kept it to $10 million, and that was kind of funny.
They're very frugal, the group.
Yes, I thought that was kind of hilarious. and then to add on to that, I just want to add something here. Why does the Legion of Doom want money? Like they're all that they're about is like creating chaos and being evil. Like, what are they going to do with money? Are they legitimately going to pay for stuff? I don't think so. They're not. They'll just steal things. Whatever they want, they'll just steal it. But like, they're not going to go to a store and buy a new TV. Here's here's $200 for you for this new TV. They just take it. I've never understood why Legion of Doom and those bad guys want money, because what are you going to do with the money? You just anyway, that one always makes me laugh.
The other miss I had on this show was even though it is pretty cool, is their hideout, the Legion of Doom's hideout, which is basically
there it is right there. Yes,
that's it there.
We can see that just fine.
Yeah, which is for one, it's in a swamp. I understand they're trying the aesthetic of them in the swamp, and there's always that one shot, the same shot every time of that alligator that just opens its one eye.
Yep.
It's so they're underwater, and then it comes up, and it looks like Darth Vader's helmet. It totally does. That's
exactly what it looks like. Yeah, and it was 1978, so it was after Star Wars. So I'm sure they did it on purpose.
But I mean, I guess it was a cool hideout. I guess at the time, I thought it was the coolest thing I've ever seen. I
totally.
I guess it kind of is, but it seemed like a very weird spot to have a hideout. It's under the water of a swamp.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I'm going to add on to that. In the first episode, the Super Friends battle the Legion of Doom in the Hall of Doom, in this structure. And I'm thinking to myself, why didn't the Super Friends just destroy it? They were in it. So now they know where it is.
Yeah.
Just in the first episode, just take it out. Just be you know what? Why don't we just blow this thing up? They somehow forgot after that where their headquarters were, so that they couldn't, damage it, or I don't know what. I mean,
I also love that the Legion of Doom, inside of that helmet, which is their base, they actually have a full it looks like a city council type room. Why as villains? Why would you? Oh, you know what? We need a podium for the main guy. Then we need all the seats on the side. It looks like a city council chamber. It does. Inside.
And on top of that, they've got these beautiful draperies that hang down behind them. So did they have a interior designer come in and say, okay, what you need as evil people are beautiful red drapery to
the
hang.
Property Brothers showed up. And they're
yes, exactly. I thought that was hilarious.
I just love that they have a city council chamber for villains. They're very structured.
Yeah.
Whereas the Justice League's just sitting around a table at one point, the lunchroom or something.
It's because the Legion of Doom steals stuff, so they've got all this money. So I guess they're spending their money on interior designers.
I guess that's what costs so much.
Yes, yeah, it's to just furnish the inside of the Legion of Doom, the Hall of Doom. I guess I don't know.
One of the things I found in the show, which I like and don't like, it's kind of a split, is the character sort of balance in it. So, so for instance, the Legion, if you look at it, what I liked is that they tried to make the show more diverse. So they had the Black Vulcan, they had what's his name, samurai, Apache chief. Like they tried to make it more worldly and
Yep.
a lot more diverse, which I thought was kind of cool.
Yes.
But on the other hand, how many female heroes or villains are there? Wonder Woman's the only female hero on the Justice League, and the other one has Giganta and Cheetah.
Cheetah. Yeah.
Are the only two women on there? So there's like the women are not represented in the show whatsoever.
No.
There's nobody. They brought the Wonder Twins back for this particular thing to add like an extra female to the
Yeah.
to the group. Like it was just, but I did like the fact they did try to make it more diverse looking, and it also gives it like a like this is like the best heroes from the world. Like it felt like that when we watched it, but really Black Vulcan and like Apache Chief and Samurai are like they were made up for the show, but not for that. They're actually in the. I think all of them were in the other show prior to this, and they like in those single sort of like team up episodes, and then they were brought back for the show. But but they were all like none of them were DC heroes generally.
No.
Apparently Black Vulcan was based on Black Lightning in DC. But the guy who created Black Lightning wouldn't let them use it, so they made Black Vulcan instead.
Of course. Yeah, that makes sense.
Just let him use Black Lightning. Is that really that like hurting your like your whole thing that much? If Black Lightning's not is in this like
exactly. And which one are we talking about right now? We're talking about Black Vulcan. We're not talking about Black Lightning. So
yes, yeah,
he lost out on that.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. But
yes, I totally agree. And I remember actually thinking that as a kid, thinking how cool it was that there were superheroes from all over the world. Like it wasn't just the Justice League, like the American superheroes. Like there were like samurai and all. Like I just thought that was kind of neat. And I was a huge fan of Apache Chief.
He was cool. I always thought he was really cool.
Yeah, I always thought that he was really.
Yeah, I also loved in Harvey Birdman. I don't know if you ever watched that show. Yeah, there was one where Apache Chief was in it because he was suing a company because he spilled coffee on his lap or something.
Yes,
which somehow hurt his powers. I can't remember. I can't remember exactly how it went, but anyway, so he was in it, and so I don't know if you ever watched, or you did say you watched Harvey Birdman, but like he would defend Hanna-Barbera characters basically in the show, doing stupid things. But for the Super Friends, they couldn't use any of the DC characters. They could only use the ones that Hanna-Barbera created, like Black Vulcan or Samurai or Apache Chief, because they were created by Hanna-Barbera. They weren't DC properties. I remember there's a part where you see just Wonder Woman's boots, but you don't see her. Like they don't, like they kind of skirted around it, but like it's such a great show that I gotta watch that again. That was such a great show.
Yeah, I totally forgotten about that one. Yeah, I totally would watch that again. That's awesome. A big hit for me on this show, both now and when I was a kid, was how much peril there was. Every episode there was black holes or mine shafts or floods or weather disasters. Like every show just like went over the top with like how much peril the Justice League was put in by the Legion of Doom. It was just like the biggest like disastrous events that you could imagine. And it was just like one after the other. Everything was, the next thing was gonna outdo the last thing, and it just was so exciting. Like it was just even a mine shaft. It was just so like, oh my gosh, how are they gonna get out of this thing? And like the cage that they were all put in and shot into space. I just thought that stuff was like really well done at the time. It's like they had no rules, so they're like, yeah, let's just put him in a cage and shoot him into space. Why not?
For whatever reason.
And that I actually had that down as a bit of a miss for me, that specific one, because the other thing that they could do anything they wanted in this show. So they put them in the cage, they shot them up, and they were shooting them towards the sun. But apparently time didn't matter at all because they launched them from the Earth to the sun in a jail cell, and they apparently got to the sun within a few minutes. Like they were just there. So like physics doesn't matter, time doesn't matter.
Well, also only a few of them can breathe in space. Like Superman can, but like Batman can. He's just a regular dude.
Yeah.
Like none of them were being or affected at all by this whole like blast off. Like
no, and they're all talking to each other and just like taking their time trying to figure out how to get out of this thing.
Logic does not play a part in any of these episodes at all. Like,
none. And I think I think that's part of what made this show so fun is that it didn't matter. Like it didn't like you didn't care. It was fun to watch these people just be in space. Like you didn't have to worry about the.
It didn't matter. It didn't matter. I mean, we see
whatever.
It now, but at the time, I wouldn't have noticed that. Like I'd been like, oh man.
Yeah, not at all. But
how are they going to get out of this one?
Yeah, it just made it even more fun because they didn't bog us down with like science.
Yeah, and the Legion of Doom always had like great, like they had like the coolest like devices or like great ways of capturing the Super Friends and things. Yes. And it was like, and it's like, how do none of these things ever work? Like some of them almost worked, not quite worked. They were like, they never do. Thing they didn't think of.
No, and they always like. Like one of the members of the Legion of Doom will have created this device. I'm like, do they just like pick a person and say like, okay, Brainiac, it's your week to create a device.
Yeah, come on.
You've got 2 weeks. Go ahead and create a device, and we'll just implement it. We won't test it or anything. We'll just see how it does. I love it. I thought that was great. What else? What else have you got?
Well, I've got for the Legion of Doom. So they were there was a good array of like characters there, right? We had Lex Luger, we had Solomon Grundy, Sinestro, Black Manta, Cheetah, Giganta, Scarecrow, Toyman, Riddler, Bizarro, Brainiac, Captain Cold, and Gorilla Grodd. So they had, to me, and I didn't even really notice until I watched it this time. The lamest Gorilla Grodd, I think, was like the lamest of them. Like, I think he's an actual, like, I think it was actually from the comic, but he is just, he's literally just an ape. Couldn't they put like a cool helmet on him or something? Like, there was nothing special about him. He just looked like a giant ape that talked. Well, like, it was smart. He was a gorilla. Yeah.
He's a smart ape, you know, that's something. He can talk and think like a human.
He just seemed, in comparison to the others, like a little bit lame. Yeah. Like, yes. But I didn't notice it until I watched it this time. But Scarecrow is frightening. Like, I don't know how good he is as a villain, but he was like frightening in this thing. Like his whole face, because his mouth would be like kind of like sort of shaking, and like he was the most frightening villain of the entire bunch. Like
I feel like they could have had a really good crossover episode with Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? As with with Scarecrow being the villain in that, and then they could have unmasked him or something.
Because he did kind of look like a Scooby-Doo villain, like one of the ghosts or whatever. Like
he totally did. Yeah, I thought that was awesome, and just added a little bit more like fear to it. Like it wasn't all, you know, happy day. It was just like I thought that was cool.
He was just frightened. I was like, he's actually a cool villain. Like I mean, he's around in the, like, obviously one of the Batman movies and things like that. But he's like they should use him more as a character because he's actually quite frightening. Like as a character.
I totally agree. I had really essentially just one more miss here, which is none of these are misses because they make the show fun. Like they're part of what.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Fun. They're just stuff that now that I'm rewatching it, I'm questioning. And one of them, one of the things is in virtually every episode, the Legion of Doom has these like TV monitors where they can like watch what's happening with the Justice League. Like they can find Superman and they can find all of these people, and so they can watch, you know, events unfold from the Hall of Doom because they've got these monitors. And this was long before drone technology existed. I have no idea where they had these cameras flying around, and how Superman didn't know that there was some sort of drone camera flying near him, watching him all the time. Like how do they get footage of, like, live footage of all of the superheroes or the super friends that they could just watch on their TVs?
There's always a monitor with like something playing. I'm like, where are all these cameras, and where are they taking this from? Like,
I don't know, but I mean, at the time, we would never even have questioned it.
No,
that's what it was. But now, growing up now, like watching it now, you're like, wait a minute, it's not accurate.
Which that's what made it great. Like, it was just
what makes it awesome.
It's like your imagination just explodes and everything's just there. Like,
people could do anything, they could say anything, and everybody believed it, and it was awesome.
Yeah, we just if that's what happens, that's what we took it as. It was just such a simpler time. Like now we just kind of like pick away at everything, but like at the time it just seemed logical. Like to us as a kid, like it's like okay, yeah, that seems proper. That seems right.
Absolutely, yeah. It could, and
Like
they did it in such a way that it felt right. Like it felt like it made sense to a kid who was like 9 years old or 8 or 9 years old, which is what we were at the time. That they did it, they plotted out the stories in such a way that you would believe all this stuff. Like it wasn't there weren't glaring issues because of how old you were at the time. And now obviously there's like unlimited glaring issues. I've got one more. It was a hit for me. One more hit. The Legion of Doom refers to the Super Friends as the forces of good. They said this in the first episode, and they say it a couple of times. They are the forces of good, which if at the time meant nothing. Like they were just the forces of good. But now, as an adult, going back and watching this again, if you think about that, that means that they knew that they were the forces of evil, which makes them even more evil. Because they knew what they were doing was evil, because the Justice League were doing good. So they were obviously knew that they were bad. So that makes them even more vile. And, now I'm looking, these guys are awful. They know what they're doing bad. This isn't just like some like crazy thing that they're doing. They actually know that they're evil. So good.
Well, my last, just I'll throw it in. It's just a quick one. Is just that the voice work in it is really good too.
Really good.
Like the voices are really good and really well done, and throughout the whole thing. And whenever you can't have a show from the like late 70s or 80s that doesn't have Casey Kasem in it. Like because he does Robin in it, and it was like, and then once it's Casey Kasem, that's all I could think about as I'm watching it. But like he voiced like everything back then. So I mean, if your cartoon didn't have Casey Kasem, then I don't know.
It wasn't legit. Absolutely, no,
not legit. No,
nope, not at all. No, he had one of the best voices in Saturday morning cartoon, like Saturday morning animated shows. Yeah, Casey Kasem and Saturday morning TV are one and the same,
synonymous. With one another, 100%. So what's your final like obviously we would like, is it stand up the Super Friends after all these years?
100%. So when we set out to do this, we thought, okay, we'll just watch the first episode and we'll talk about the first episode. I couldn't stop. After watching that first episode, I watched 4 episodes in a row. And I would have gotten more, but it was getting late at night and I had to go to bed. But I was just loving it. I was just like, I could probably binge all 16 episodes in a couple of days, and I will. Like I will finish the rest.
I'm gonna finish it too.
I just love it. It is so nostalgic. Like the nostalgia is 100% real, and it's still really fun. And I think it is because of all the stuff we talked about. The acting is great. The visuals, they look great. There's no constraints. It's just pure imagination, pure fun, and I love it. I think it's one of the best TV series that ever came out.
When I started watching cartoons to like when I ended, that there was always a Super Friends show on that entire sort of like run, and it just never went anywhere, and I love that. And it's like, I mean, there was a Spider-Man Amazing Friends and things like that would pop up, but nothing like Super Friends. Like it was just the best, which surprises me that I'm not a bigger DC fan, but I was also a big Marvel fan at the time too. So I just but anyways, it's just so well done. It holds up. The animation still looks good, as we were talking about. And it's worth, I think, anyone that loves Saturday morning cartoons or loves comics to buy those series. Like, I bought a box set that has like all of them in it. Like the entire run is in this thing. So I'm going to pick away at it as I go. I think it's about 96 episodes or somewhere in there. So
that's not bad. And I didn't, you had told me about that afterwards. I didn't realize that there was a box set with all of them. Cause I also really loved the Super Friends, like with the Wonder Twins and Gleek.
Yep.
That was one of my favorites. I loved the Wonder Twins. I just thought they were fantastic. They're not in this particular series. So I might have to go back and buy the whole box set now.
Yeah. It's I think it's worth getting. Like it's just so cool. Like to have all the episodes and everything. So that's our show today. We are if you watch us on YouTube, our 100th episode is next.
Yeah.
Which is very exciting. I'm super excited about that. Yep. And we got something kind of planned for that. And All right.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. Check out our socials and join us next time for Loop and Larry, Guardians of Geek.
Bye-bye.
Produced by Matthew C. Loop and Lawrence Simner. A Loop and Larry production.
Bueller,
He likes it. Hey, Mikey.
Bueller,
Bad news. Fog is getting thicker.
And Leon's getting larger.
Inconceivable!
Brian's right. It's an elf.
Wax on.
Does Barry Manilow know that you raid his wardrobe?
Oh, Captain, my Captain.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Wax off.